stellar starting pitching has highlighted the first two games between Boston and Tampa Bay. Tuesday night, James Shields baffled the Red Sox, posting his third complete game shutout of the year. Last night, Red Sox righty Josh Beckett dominated Tampa Bay, allowing only one infield hit as Boston evened the series at a game apiece. Tonight, the forecast is for another pitching duel. Lefty flamethrower David Price squares off against right-hander Clay Buchholz. An AL East showdown on Sun Sports. Tonight we welcome you right back to St. Petersburg, Florida, and Tropicana Field. This will be the wrap-up game of the series between the Rays and the Boston Red Sox. Series even at a game apiece, and in the AL East, the Boston lead over New York stands at 1. The Red Sox are 4.5 games up on the Rays. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to an evening of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson. I'm Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. Todd Callis will be along a bit later. This has been a series of great pitching matchups. Couldn't get much better, one would think. Two shutouts, the Rays winning the first night. James Shields. It was Beckett last night for the Red Sox spinning a one-hitter. And tonight, what a matchup. Two of the top young pitchers starting with David Price.
Yeah, this is the rubber match. This is a big game, and you want one of your big horses on the mound for this game. Well, guess what? David Price is the guy that's going to get it, and you know that he wants to be out there. He loves these big moments, loves the challenge, and he throws the ball very well against this Red Sox team. 6 starts, the 4-2 record, 3.18 earned run average. He had a start against them earlier this year at Fenway Park. He pitched 2 outs into the 8th inning, gave up just 2 earned runs, and picked up a win. You know, we know that David Price has the good stuff, the big fastball, but tonight he's going to have to pitch smart.
Yeah, and David Price has been so good among the league leaders in strikeouts, but he's not walking anybody. And for that matter, neither is Buchholz, who's on the mound for the Red Sox. He's just 26 years old, and again, one of the premier young pitchers in the major leagues.
You know, Clay Buchholz coming off a year last year where just in 28 starts, he went 17-7 with an ERA of just over 2.3. You see what he's done against the Rays in his career, 7 starts, the 3-2 record. How about that ERA? In fact, last year went 1-1 with a .98. In those 7 starts, he's given up less than 3 earned runs in all of them, and actually in 5 of the 7, he's given up 1 earned runs or none. It's going to be another tough matchup featuring that good fastball of Buchholz and that big curveball against David Price's power.
Great starting pitching going head-to-head again tonight. David Price looking for his 8th win of the year. He is 7-5. Clay Buchholz on the hill for Boston and with a mark of 5-3. Rays and the Red Sox wrapping up their business here at Tropicana Field. When we come back, more from Todd Callis.
his first trip here to St. Petersburg as a member of the Boston Red Sox. Rays and the Red Sox splitting the first 2 games of this 3-game series. Very good matchup, David Price and Clay Buchholz. You know, even without Carl Crawford and without Carlos Pena and Jason Bartlett and the whole bullpen and Matt Garza, Joe Maddon had very high expectations for this team. But early on, the team really struggled. They didn't have a lead until the 7th game of the season. They started out 1-8. As you can see, since then, along with Boston, they have really picked it up. And for Joe Maddon, his expectations when he met with the team before the season were not the woe is me, look who's not here, but we're defending this crown.
I wanted them to understand. I wanted all our players to realize we're not just coming out here to be 3rd or 4th place this year and say, well, listen, everybody left and that's the way it is and it's tough. You know, it's God, you couldn't expect to do. I hate those kind of conversations. So anyway, we talked about winning the title again, and that's what we're here for.
And the Rays right in the mix along with the Red Sox and the New York Yankees as we approach the middle of the month of June. We're right here, smack dab in the middle of June, and we're 3 minutes away from the first pitch. Well, 3 minutes and 2 seconds to be exact. Dwayne and BA with all the action in high definition right around the corner.
Fans coming in at Tropicana Field for the wrap-up game of this series. The Rays have won 3 of the first 4 games in the season series between these two clubs. This current series, each team with a victory via the shutout. The Boston lineup finds Darnell McDonald atop the order in center. Dustin Pedroia is at second, and Adrian Gonzalez is at first base hitting third. The third baseman, Kevin Youkilis, the difference last night with his 3-run home run. David Ortiz, the DH, and Jed Lowry's back in at shortstop. Carl Crawford hits 7th. Mike Cameron, the right fielder, is 8th, and Jared Saltalamacchia will do the catching and hit 9th.
Well, making the start tonight for the Tampa Bay Rays, left-hander David Price will be his 15th start of the season. You see the numbers there, 7-5, 3.51. How about this right here? 89 strikeouts, just 15 walks. And if you go back over his last 9 games, his strikeout to walk ratio is 9-1. 63 strikeouts, just 7 walks. That improved command has been huge for David Price this year, and he will need that tonight. No extra base runners against this Boston lineup.
He does own a victory over Boston. That came in his 3rd start of the year at Fenway, when the Rays beat Boston 3-2.
Let's take a look at the Rays defense behind him. Left to right in the outfield, Sam Fuld, B.J. Upton, and Matt Joyce. Across the infield, 3rd to 1st, Evan Longoria, Reed Brignac, Ben Zobrist, and Casey Kochman. John Jaso behind the plate.
And there's Joe Madden, over 500 as the Rays skipper in his 6th year, middle season of a 3-year deal. And Terry Francona in his 8th year as the skipper of the Red Sox, and boy, what a great run he's had there. First pitch, McDonald takes it high, and we are underway. McDonald just off the disabled list, 3 of 21 on the year, and one of those a home run. There's a strike. McDonald 4 of 12 lifetime against Price with the home run off him, and there's a shot back into left. Fuld will go to the track, and he makes the catch. Fuld got to the track and then readjusted at the last moment. He appeared for just maybe a beat that he might be in trouble on that ball, but then made the adjustment and made the catch.
I think he was just hot dogging. I think he went back there trying to make a web jump, knowing that his lead was slimming down. You see right here, he gets there, has trouble picking it up, and then has to hit the acceleration right there. Picks it up again. He's able to make the catch.
Super Sam making it super.
I think that's exactly what it was, Dwayne. When he got turned around, he had trouble picking the ball up again. And
yeah, there was a beat there when you thought, uh-oh, but he recovered and made the grab. 1-0 the count to Pedroia.
I'm glad we had the benefit of instant replay to be able to look at that, because I thought he was counting his steps so that he could make a spectacular catch.
1-1 the count. So cynical, so young. The pitch is high, and it's 2-1. Pedroia 262, fouling this pitch back. Count goes to 2-2. Pedroia's numbers against lefties very healthy, as you can see right there. A little different against right-handers until he tripled off the wall in right field last night in the 7th inning. Pitch is high. 3 balls, 2 strikes. A foul right back over the screen. David Price, 25, making his 15th start, coming off Saturday's outing against Baltimore when he did not factor in the decision in what turned out to be a 7-5 Rays win. And here's Pedroia battling through this at bat, extending it all the way to 3-2. See the strikeout leaders. He's 5th on the board. James Shields 3rd. That strikeout to walk ratio, as you referenced a moment ago, 89 strikeouts and 15 walks. One of those an intentional pass. And now he walks Pedroia. That was an 8th pitch at bat, and Pedroia draws the walk.
I'm just trying to catch that outside corner with a fastball, and it stayed off the entire way. Dustin Pedroia has been swinging the bat here in June very well. 364 coming in during the month of June after hitting just 240 in April and May, and obviously seeing the ball very well. Worked a nice at bat there. He's able to first base runner.
Here's Gonzalez leading the league, hitting 343. He's driven in 60 runs, and he's tops in that category, taking a strike. He has just 4 at bats lifetime against David Price, and is 0 for 4. 1-1. Donald line to left to the track. Pedroia has walked. And a ground ball, that's fair. Up the right side, back beyond the bullpen. Extra base is coming. Pedroia is going to be stopped at third base on the double by Gonzalez, and the Red Sox put up a second and third threat with 1 out in the first. Gonzalez pulled a fastball fair by the bag at first.
Well, this was a 94-mile-an-hour fastball, but you see Gonzalez pulls his hands in quick, and Kochman, even holding the runner on close to the bag, can't get to it. Pedroia hustling all the way over, but third base coach Tim Bogar holds him. Boston with the first threat of the ball game.
So Kevin Youkilis, who drove in all 3 runs with a 3-run home run in the 7th inning last night, finds himself up with 2 men on base and 1 out in the first inning tonight. Pitch inside, a fastball, 1-0. Here's that home run last night. Fastball in with some elevation.
That was after the first pitch of that at bat was a fastball in. Come in there one more time, and he pulled the hands through nicely. It was the ball game.
And he's hit by a pitch this time. And Youkilis hit, and immediately Gary Darling is warning both benches. He's warning Price, and Youkilis goes up the line. Madden wants a little idea of what Darling is thinking here on this immediate warning with Youkilis being hit by the pitch.
Well, I think what's going on here is Gary Darling is jumping the gun a little bit. You know, you had the incident in game 1 where Kevin Youkilis running down to first base clips the calf of Casey Kochman. Then he hits the 3-run homer last night. That was the difference in the ball game. And here David Price, there's no question he was trying to come up and in. Now whether he was trying to hit him or not, who knows? He was definitely trying to get him off the plate.
Well, the bases are loaded now. And here's David Ortiz. Ortiz fouls it back. Well, the warning, it got the juices flowing a little more, actually. The hitter's reaction's never good to being hit by a pitch, and that got him up on the fleshy part of the arm above that elbow pad. But he's hit a lot. He gets hit all the time because he's right on top of the plate. 1 strike to count. Pitch is fouled back. 0-2. So the warning has been issued. See how that plays out. It's the 8th time he's been hit. The only guy who's been hit more is Carlos Quentin of the White Sox, and he's right on top of the plate as well. Those guys on top of the plate, they have to expect to be hit. This one is down. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I think it's just the emotions running high in a series like this. These two teams have not seen each other since the 2nd week of April. Obviously figured to be in this race all summer long. The rubber match, they've been on the road for a week and a half, high strung.
It's down and away. 2-2. Well, here's the thing on Ortiz, who's hitting .317, 6th in the league. He's hitting over 340 against left-handed pitching this year. 2 for 12 lifetime against Price.
Well, the good thing is David Price is not your average lefty. So he's got a chance.
2 for 12 comes in.
Yeah.
2-2. And just a little bit wide with a fastball at 96. Very close right there.
Well, that's finally the big fastball you're looking for from David Price. The big one where he lets it loose, and that's a ball all the way.
So it's a full count. They're loaded with 1 out. And a foul ball. Big cut on another fastball. Ortiz 0 for 3 last night. 0 for 3 with a walk in the first game. The Rays have Brignac up the middle. Was over shaded toward the right side, but everybody's still on the infield here in this situation. And another 3-2 pitch on its way. Oh, it's down a little bit, and that will force home a run. The pitch had a little break at the end, and the walk forces home the first run of the game.
Well, very unlike David Price here. 2 walks already.
Look at that.
That's right at the bottom of the zone. But
that's a strike. It's caught the knees. Fox Track called it a strike.
I may have to disagree with Fox Tracks. As close as that was, I mean, that ball's cut down. You get a catcher catching the ball that low to the ground with a hitter as big as Ortiz, you're not going to get that call.
I think that side shot showed you why Fox Track called it a strike, though.
The back knee. Yeah, I mean, the back knee, it definitely crossed, but
1-0 the count to Lowry. So Pedroia's forced home. Gonzalez now at third. Euclid at second, and Ortiz at first. Lowry fouls it back, and it's 1-1.
And not too often you see that, more balls than strikes. David Price, we talked about how good his command has been all season long. And here are 2 walks and a hit batter through the first 5 hitters of this ball game.
There's strike 2, 1 and 2. Lowry getting a start at shortstop for the second straight night. And he's out on strikes. Wave and a miss. First strikeout for Price, and the second out of the inning.
Well, you see the grimace from Jed Lowry. He's got that sore shoulder, a little backdoor cutter here from Price. Swings completely underneath it. That's the one plus when you have the stuff of a David Price and you get yourself into a jam like this. A couple of pitches, you get a big out like that, you're that much closer to getting out of it. Pick up the big strikeout.
Now Carl Crawford. Crawford fouls the first pitch fastball out of play for a strike. Now Lowry's had shoulder problems, issues, had a collision with Crawford earlier in the year. He's bothered at times. Both shoulders have been issues.
Well, he definitely grimaced on that swing and a miss for strike 3. Did not have a good look on his head.
1-1 to count. That last outing, 6 innings in Baltimore. Win and a loss respectively. Before that against the Angels. There's a foul ball. Back. It's on a play, and the count is 1-2. His win over the Angels most recently, and his most recent defeat at the hands of Texas. He's ahead of Crawford, a ball, 2 strikes. 1-2. Crawford rolls it foul down in front of Tim Bogart, the third base coach. Price just over 30 pitches here to begin this game in the first inning. Little tap foul right side this time. Bouncing ball off the fastball. With one out, Pedroia walked. He has scored. He was forced home on a bases loaded walk. They have one hit in the inning. That was the double by Gonzalez. Euclid then hit by a pitch. Ortiz walked with the bases loaded. And a little roller to the right side. Zobrist with the pickup and the throw to first. Crawford is out of there. He had him out in front on a little breaking ball, it appeared. Just one run for Boston. Rays coming in to hit. Looks like this tonight. Johnny Damon again leading off with Ben Zobrist and Matt Joyce to follow. Devin Longoria, Casey Kotzman, and B.J. Upton. John Jaso, Sam Fold in there, and then Reed Brignac ninth.
Making his 14th start of the season, right-hander Clay Buchholz. Season numbers: 5-3 record, 3.59 earned run average. In his last start at Toronto, went 7 innings, gave up just 3 hits, 1 earned run, picked up a win, and broke a string of 4 straight starts of no decisions. And this is his defense as it lines up left to right in the outfield. Carl Crawford, Darnell McDonald, and Mike Cameron across the infield, third to first. Kevin Euclid, Marco Scudero filling in for Jed Lowry, who's left the game. Dustin Pedroia and Adrian Gonzalez. Jared Saltalamacchia behind the plate.
And the first pitch to Damon is in there for a strike. Johnny starts the night hitting .277. Settled in nicely in the leadoff spot here for the Rays. And he takes a strike on the inside edge, says Gary Darling. Buchholz is another one of these guys who just isn't walking anybody. Here's another look at that pitch to Damon.
This ball's got a little cut on it.
And if he gets that pitch, he might not walk anybody tonight. 0-2. There's a ground ball headed toward the middle, but Scudero's there to grab it. And a close play at first, as it turns out, and Damon is out of there.
Now, that was some angry running right there by Johnny Damon. A little perturbed at the call by Gary Darling, and that ball off the bat, he really busted it out of the batter's box. And Scudero taking his time right here, making sure he has it, and then realizes right there he better hurry. That was tight. I mean, bang, bang.
So one away. Zobrist. Now Buchholz, over his last 9 starts, has not given up more than 2 walks in any one of those outings. 1 ball, no strikes. He's walked 28 all year and now 78 innings of work. Slow. 2 balls, no strikes.
He has really turned his season around. You see the strikeout to walk ratio, but how about this? He had 5 starts in the month of April, went 1-3 with a 5.33 earned run average.
And a couple starts when he walked 5, walked 4 in the other one.
Yep. Then you go to May and June, 4-0 with the 2.66. Like you said, during that streak of 9 starts where he has really kept the walk total down. And really, if you want to pitch, win, be successful, you just cannot consistently allow extra base runners. You know, big league hitters, they're going to get their hits, but when you walk them, hit them, put them on base, you look at the last inning by David Price. You know, he was fortunate to get out of that bases loaded situation, but he gave up 1 hit in that inning. And they had the bases loaded, scored on a walk.
Pitch is down, 3-1.
Just too many opportunities for the opposition.
Pitch is bounced foul. Fastball, full count. Well, recently Buchholz has gone a little bit more with the curveball than the changeup. He was a little heavier the other way around to use those pitches to complement the fastball. Seems to be working for him. There's ball 4 inside. Zobrist is aboard. So the Rays have a base runner. Tonight's game available in Spanish via SAP, brought to you by Coventry Healthcare of Florida. Zobrist aboard for Matt Joyce. Matt with that little shoulder issue and has not been as hot recently with that in the mix. Still 3rd in the league at hitting at .322. Off speed in there for a strike. Boston with a run home in the 1st. Look over there on a step back. That's the other thing. Buchholz, you cannot take liberties with him on the bases. Zobrist back in. He's been 7 of 8 in the running game. The Rays have 60 steals on the year. 4th in the league in that category. Joyce takes it down. 1-1.
Seen a lot of cutters here early in the ball game from Buchholz. He's got the good 2-seam, 4-seam fastball. He'll run up into the mid-90s. That cutter right around 90, 91. Showing that a lot here early.
One. It's inside. Fastball missed, running the count to 2-1. Buchholz taking his time out of the stretch. Now Joyce steps back on him. Another thing Buchholz will do with a runner on is just hold the ball out there a lot.
Well, base runners will try to time up a pitcher. So what he wants to do is vary his times to the plate. Like you said, sometimes just hold on to the ball and you'll get a base stealer. He'll start sinking down into his heels. He wants to be on the balls of his feet, have you timed up and go over there at first base, but he'll get him a little heavy-legged, try to keep him from running or pick him off.
That will take the count to 2-2. He swings and misses the fastball.
Just a good running, sinking fastball down and away from Joyce, right on the corner.
Colts, a 17-game winner last year. A little tap right side. Gonzalez will go to Buchholz for the out, moving into second. Zobrist. Gonzalez thought about it, looked down towards second, but the ball not hit hard enough to get the force play. Two gone with Zobrist at second, and here's Evan Longoria. Evans starts the night hitting .244. Rays have their first scoring opportunity. And the pitch is lined into center. McDonald is right there for it, though, and makes the catch. Longoria hit the fastball on a line at the end of an inning. It's 1-0 Boston.
Get in on the action with exclusive on-field seating in the Papa John's bullpen box. Available dates are going fast, so act now to make your private group reservation behind the Rays bullpen by calling 888-FAN-RAYS, or you can go online at raysbaseball.com.
Mike Cameron, who's playing right field tonight, leads off for Boston. The pitch is tapped foul. Cameron hitting eighth. Saltalamacchia will follow. And then back around to the top of the order, Darnell McDonald. See Cameron's numbers: 3 home runs. 0-2.
A couple of curveballs here from David Price to lead off this second inning. Mike Cameron, who's hit David Price well in limited at-bats.
Takes a look at that pitch up. It's 1-2. List for the fastball upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Price, when he pitched against the Red Sox up at Fenway, was hooked up against John Lester. And the way the pitching on these two staffs stack up, you've got a great chance to see a very impressive pitching matchup anytime these two teams play. Full count pitch. Cameron fouls it back.
Just look what happened the first two games of this series. You know, game one, you had James Shields come out, absolutely deal, throw a 5-hit shutout. And last night, pitchers duel up until the 7th inning between Hellickson and Beckett a 1-hit shutout.
3-2, he got him. Powered him up for the fastball. Second strikeout of the game for Price. Out number 1 here to begin the second.
Well, he starts him out soft and then finishes him off with the hard stuff. That fastball running up above the bat away, 94 miles an hour, just a little bit tardy on it. Out number 1.
Jared Saltalamacchia, switch hitting catcher, who's hitting .246 overall. The pitch is a breaking ball for strike 1.
How many times we've seen David Price go right through the lineup the first time on nothing but heaters.
There's a strike, 0-2.
Talked a little bit in the open how he does have the overpowering fastball, but he's going to have to pitch smart tonight. Mix things up. He starts off curveball, then comes right back with a backdoor cutter.
Fly ball taken into right center field. Pretty well hit. Joyce on the run and can't come up with it. The ball at the base of the wall, and it's going to be a double for Saltalamacchia. Saltalamacchia hits a double off a fastball that went into right center field.
You know, when guys really center up a baseball, a lot of times, well, most times, it's either poor location or poor pitch selection. Right there, a good idea by David Price. Wanted to go with the fastball in, but that tailed back down out over the plate where Saltalamacchia could get his arms extended, and he put a charge into it out in the right center field. You can have the right idea, but you have to execute.
Here's McDonald. Strike 1. Out front.
And how about that? Starting Darnell McDonald, yeah, with the changeup. I mean, he has really thrown out a good mix.
McDonald hit the home run off him in that outing he had against him up at Fenway. And shoots a base hit into center. Saltalamacchia is going to be waved home. The throw is going to be up the first base side. And into second base goes McDonald, and it's 2-0 Boston. Well, with the catcher running, I thought Upton might have a chance to throw him out. But Saltalamacchia scores, and McDonald winds up in scoring position at second base.
This ball kind of cuts on BJ. He comes up, throws. I thought you were right, Dwayne. I thought they had him, but this ball just starts cutting like he threw a little cutter in there to Jaso, and there was absolutely no chance to make a play at that point. But Red Sox being aggressive, sending the catcher Saltalamacchia, and it works out. The pitch that was hit, though, by Darnell McDonald, another backdoor cutter. That's the pitch that we've seen when David Price, he can get himself into some trouble with that pitch if he leaves it elevated, because it's working its way back towards the hitter. If it hasn't been set up properly and it's elevated, it's an easy pitch to hit.
Pitch to Pedroia is down. Well, he gave up a home run to him on a curveball up at Fenway. Threw the cutter and an RBI single. The result this time.
We've talked about that, the backdoor cutter, because David Price likes to throw it. So does James Shields. And if you set it up properly, it's one of those pitches that if you execute it, you know you're going to get a strikeout. If you don't set it up properly, at least if it's down, you give yourself a chance for that ground ball. But if that pitch is elevated, you now have a hitter looking out over the plate to a pitch that's working its way back towards him. Easy.
Oh, that's fair. Just inside the bag and up the line. Pedroia is on his way to second. McDonald's going to score, and the throw back in from Joyce is not in time. and Boston takes a 3-0 lead. Pedroia hit the ball and just kept it fair inside the first base bag.
Boy, it almost looked like he was just trying to go that way. Look at him. He really stayed inside of that baseball. Look at that. Let that ball get deep on him. He made contact with that ball actually in foul territory. Pushed it right back just inside the bag. The Red Sox jump out early.
So they score a run in the first, and they have 2 runs in the second inning. And here's Adrian Gonzalez. Bowled away. Gonzalez doubled in the first inning as part of the offense that produced a run, eventually on a bases loaded walk. 2-0. So Price has given up 3 hits in a row here in the second inning after he struck out Mike Cameron. Saltalamacchia on an 0-2 pitch doubled. He got ahead of McDonald 1 strike, and then he singled home the run. And Pedroia just slipped the 2-base hit inside the first base bag. This one way wide. 3-0.
Trying to be careful with that slider. Doesn't have a real good feel for it yet. Has a dangerous hitter at the plate, and he's just yanking him.
It's a strike call. 3-1. Euclid on deck. And there's a strike. Fastball, and it's 3-2.
Falls behind and then comes back with 2 fastballs virtually in the same spot.
And now he walks him. 3rd walk issued by Price. He's given up 4 hits and 3 walks through an inning and a third. And Jim Hickey trots to the mound.
And he hasn't walked 3 batters in a game this year. 14 starts coming into this, and he's 2 walks or less in all of them.
Yep. Until tonight. He's going to face Kevin Euclid, who was hit by a pitch in the first. That's when the warning was issued. So Price in a bit of a hole here. Here's that pitch that hit Euclid. And it did not put Euclid in a good humor. That pitch is a strike to him. Pedroia at second and Gonzalez at first. Ground ball shortstop. Grimyak. Zobrist out there. Zobrist dropped it trying to get rid of the ball and take it out of his glove, so they force good on Gonzalez, but the Rays do not get the double play, and Euclid reaches on a fielder's choice.
David Price.
Third goes Pedroia.
Yeah, David Price was heading off the field. He got what he wanted, a change-up ground ball. Tailor-made double play right here. Never could come out with it cleanly on the transfer. Boy, that was close enough. You could almost call no control on that.
Well, here's David Ortiz. You know, the exchange purposefully is so quick by a second baseman. It's very difficult to tell. I think in most cases, the idea that it touches maybe the glove hand and is on its way to the right hand, for all practical purposes, constitutes control. But it's almost a sleight of hand anyway, that double play. 1-0 the count here on David Ortiz. Over to first.
Yeah, because if you go on straight control, you could argue no control on this. Look, this ball hits the glove and it's already gone.
Yeah, but there's
never
control.
even
In the pocket. That's control.
I don't know. That's close.
And out.
That's close. I mean, hey, the call went in your favor, but that is close because that ball into the glove, and as soon as the hand hits it, it falls out and was never. I mean, they're not gonna call that. You know, you have to look at it in slow motion to see just how close it was. In a bang-bang game scenario, they're never going to call lack of control. But, boy, that's close.
But that's the control that a second baseman has all the time. He's taught to be quick. He uses a small glove to be quick in there.
And you walk that fine line.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if you don't come out with it cleanly, they definitely have it. The umpire has the, the wherewithal to call that.
I'd hate to be the umpire who tried to call that. This one is down 3-0. Ortiz worked that walk his first time up. There was a contested pitch there that appeared to be a strike at the knees that Darling did not give, and there is ball 4. And boy, this is an unusual occurrence here. 4 walks already issued by David Price, and it loads the bases in the second inning.
And this pitch just off. David Ortiz taking the whole way.
So the pitches mount up. Marco Scutaro, who replaced Jed Lowry. Lowry had an at-bat, struck out, and appeared to grimace on the swing and miss. He's had some shoulder issues, and so Scutaro up here hitting for the first time, and that pitch is a strike. Three runs, 4 hits for Boston. David Price trying to limit the damage to the 2 runs already home here in the inning. The pitch is high. It's 1-1. It's frustrating for Price out there right now. Bases full of Boston runners. Scutaro pops it up. It's Kochman. He's got it, and that will retire the side. 2-run score. We go to the Rays half of the inning. 3-0 Boston.
start your weekend off tomorrow. It is Friday Fest presented by Captain Morgan. And as always, it's a T-shirt giveaway presented by the St. Petersburg Times. Marlins are in town, guys. It'll be the Johnny Damon T-shirt presented by the St. Petersburg Times. And the one I'm holding came with sleeves originally. And, wait, I'm going to let Casey Kochman get a pitch here, and then we're going to show you what's up. But it came with sleeves. We did a little work to it, so here we go. There you go. No more sleeves. Here's Johnny. Back to you guys.
All right, Todd, thank you. Here's Casey Kochman. It's kind of a quick look inside his cot as he wakes up in the morning and puts his T-shirt on.
Is that the first time that TK has ever flexed on camera like that?
Because he does it all the time.
Yeah, that's right. I don't think it's ever been caught.
2 strikes the count on Kochman. Ground ball back to the mound. Knocked out, bobbled, and finally corralled by Buchholz, who throws out Kochman with his toss to Gonzalez. That's the first out in the second inning.
Well, the 1+4 of pitchers, you've got a lot of time. Buchholz bouncing that ball around a little bit. He makes the play.
Here's BJ. Upton starts the night hitting .213. Ball, no strikes. Coach, just 26 years old. He first came up in 2007. 2-0 now. And last year really blossomed in 28 starts. He was 17-7.
How about that earned run average?
Pitch outside.
2.33.
Well, his hits allowed to innings pitch ratio extremely good a year ago. And this year he's just not walking anybody, still allowing under a hit per inning. And just as we say that, he walks Upton on 4 pitches, and that's his second walk of the night.
Well, that's exactly what, we come into this ball game here, this pitching matchup, talking about the command of these 2 pitchers. David Price has 4 with a hit batter. Buchholz already with his second walk. 6 hitters into this game. But yeah, when you look at Clay Buchholz and his stuff, he's got that good pitcher's frame, the good fastball that 92, 94, 95, and that little cutter. But he's got that big curveball to go with it, and a pretty good changeup. So he's got the right mix of pitches.
Now John Jaso. There goes the runner. The pitch is a strike, and the throw is not in time. BJ steals second base. That's his 15th stolen base of the year. And that's not always easy to do with Buchholz on the mound.
Well, Buchholz just over 50% success rate against him this year. The Rays are going to push the envelope here a little bit. BJ with a good jump. A little closer than it looked in real time.
A 1-strike count on the Rays catcher, John Jaso. Turn and nothing doing. The Rays trying to force the issue and push Buchholz a little bit, trying to get on the board, down by 3 runs. And a curveball is over, strike 2.
Well, this is where Clay Buchholz, this is another area of his game where he has really been fantastic this year. Runners in scoring position. Average against him in that situation is 148.
And he strikes out Jaso with another curveball. That one a dandy.
Yeah, well, the thing about that sequence right there was the pitch for strike two was a curveball middle of the plate away. He drops that in there for a strike, and now you want to come back with that same pitch? Let's change the location and drop it middle in, right underneath the bat of John Jaso. That is taking the same pitch, using the location to your benefit. Drop it away to the lefty for strike two, and then come down and in for strike three.
Well, here's Sam Fuld getting started in left field tonight. Shoots it into left. That's going to be in there. Extra bases. Upton's going to score. Fuld is on his way to second with a double, and the Rays are on the board. Now Sam Fuld jumped on a fastball and hit it fair up the left field line to make it 3-1.
Now that's what the Rays have to do, get right back in this ball game here in the second inning. Big two-out hit here by Sam Fuld. Ball's off the plate actually, but it's elevated. You know, all he's got to do, look at that, just reach out. Make solid contact. There's nobody over there. Checkers double the game. The Rays are on the board.
Now Reed Brignac. So the Rays turn that walk and the steal into a run. Brignac missed that pitch. Strike one. Didn't have a very good cut at that.
Well, that's the pitch that you got the hit off of Josh Beckett in last night's game on a changeup that was down. Just kind of cued it down the third baseline. Swung at a couple other changeups below the zone, and here he does again off of Buchholz.
This one in the dirt, and he lays off. Tried it again.
Well, that's what they're going to do. I mean, you've seen, just in the last two nights, he had bats last night. The first pitch of this at bat, Reed Brignac going down below the zone against the changeup. So you're right. They're going to just keep attacking him there until he shows them he can consistently hold off of that pitch.
Another 1-1. Foul ball. Just a little piece of it. The count is a ball, 2 strikes. The Rays with a couple walks and a hit so far tonight off Buchholz in the bottom of the second inning, and they put a run across. Brignac. Fuld in scoring position. Reed down on the count. And he got him. Swing and a miss on the curveball down and in. Rays settled for 1 through 2. It's 3-1 Boston.
The Rays trail the Red Sox 3-1. This week on Fox Saturday Baseball, interleague play returns as the Yankees head to Wrigley Field to take on the Cubs in a rare meeting between two of baseball's oldest franchises. Or the AL West leading Rangers battle the Braves in Atlanta. This week's telecast of Fox Saturday Baseball begins at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central.
Carl Crawford hits one on one hop to Kotzman, and off the mound to cover. Price is there. So Crawford is out on the first pitch. Yankees and the Cubs this weekend. The Yankees won their game in extra innings at home today, knocking off the Texas Rangers 3-2. So the Yankees have won. The Rays and the Red Sox playing here tonight, with Boston leading 3-1. 39th win of the year for New York. So at the moment, the Yankees are a game back of the Red Sox. Cameron lines one to left, and Fold is there to make the catch. So Mike Cameron is second out.
Well, so far so good for David Price after those first two innings and the pitch counts. He needs a quick inning. Well on his way right now.
Yeah, Crawford first pitch, Cameron first pitch, and here's Saltalamacchia. Even if he got Saltalamacchia on one pitch here, he'd still be ahead of his normal pace in terms of how many pitches he throws per inning. He's been very good.
Been very good, and I don't know what happened with the mix-up there. We can see David Price shaking his head. That last pitch to John Jaso crossed him up.
0-2. A piece of that one, a foul ball. 2 strikes. And a swing and a miss. Fastball strikes out Saltalamacchia, and 1-2-3. 5-pitch inning. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 3-1 Boston. Every Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Top of the order, Johnny Damon about to hit against Buck Holtz. Johnny grounded out to the shortstop his first time and takes the pitch for a strike. Outside. Curveball that stayed wide. It's 1-1. It's in. 2 balls and a strike. Damon a double away from 500 2-base hits for his career. And he starts to go, checking in time, and he's ahead in the count 3-1. And look at the company he would be in with that double, because it would also go with 100 triples, 200 home runs, and 2,500 hits. Hall of Famers, all 10 of them. 3-1 the count. And a line drive up the right side. Cameron closing, gets there. He ran a direct route toward the foul line and made the catch.
Well, you know, Mike Cameron is a former center fielder, and he'll tell you he can still play out there. He takes very good angles and has tremendous closing speed. That's the scouting report on him, and you see it in full effect right here. You think this ball's going to drop. And you're right, Dwayne, it's the route. No wasted steps.
Yeah, he's very good in the outfield, even in his upper 30s. I mean, he's been such a great outfielder his entire career. He just does things the correct way. And, you know, you are used to seeing that have a chance to drop in against most right fielders.
Yeah.
But now when Mike Cameron's out there. Fastball is a strike to Ben Zobrist. Two. Ben walked his first time. The Rays turned a walk to B.J. Upton into a run in the second inning. And a little tap, a foul ball. Rays on the board tonight after being shut out last night. Red Sox suffered the shutout in the first game of this series. James Shields went the distance for a 5-hit shutout. The Rays won that game 4-0. Boston won last night 3-0 on the 1-hit shutout by Josh Beckett, who faced only 28 men in that game. Zobrist has worked the count full now. After getting down, it's 3-2. The pitch. Zobrist fouls it. So we'll see another one. He's worked it into what will be at least an 8-pitch at bat. Matt Joyce will be next. Rays facing Clay Buchholz tonight. He'll be 27 in August. And a ground ball down to first. Breaking ball 3-2, and Buchholz takes the toss from Gonzalez. Now Matt Joyce. 3-2 breaking ball there to Zobrist. That shows you the confidence that Buchholz has in that curveball, and he's been throwing that pitch more recently than he did early in the year.
Yeah, that's a combination of confidence in that pitch and respect for Ben Zobrist's ability to hit a fastball, especially when it's got to be a strike fastball, not something that's going to be borderline or just off, trying to get him to chase.
Yeah, Ben has certainly served notice that he can hit the fastball. Here's Matt Joyce. Pitch is low. Change speeds on him to start him. 1 ball, no strikes.
Come right back with it.
Joyce missed it.
Well, that's one of the best weapons that a pitcher has, a good changeup. We talked about it a little bit last night, but when you get an aggressive hitter like Matt Joyce, look at that good extension on it. Really sells fastball, and you get the swing like it was a fastball.
Tap foul off his foot. So it's 1-2. Well, you know, every hitter, the nature of hitting demands that a hitter be aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't, you're just not gonna hit. And so that pitch plays into the face of what a hitter has to do.
And he's got to be on time. Be aggressive and be on time. The changeup will take advantage of that aggressiveness and cause you to be out of rhythm.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole key to pitching.
That pitch didn't miss by much inside. Turned it up there and got it up there in the mid-90s. 2-2. It's pulled up the right side, foul. Joyce will examine that bat, and he wants another one. He's got in there and cracked the bat. 2 outs with nobody on. We're in the bottom of the third. Boston scored a run in the first, added 2 runs in the second inning. The Rays got a run in the second. Another foul ball off Joyce's foot. Joyce punishing himself.
Yeah. What's that curveball? That's cost him 2 off the foot and a bat.
Yeah, we're not sure which is breaking first, his feet or his bats.
Foot will get checked later.
Yep. The Colts coming off a win his last time out. And the count is full. They tried to finish him off with the pitch he started him with, and it stayed up and out of the strike zone. Then change up. 3-2 the count. Another foul ball. Well, this is so far an 8-pitch at bat. David Price had thrown 63 pitches through the first 2 innings and had that 5-pitch third. Colts up to 50 pitches now. And a swing and a miss. Joyce missed the fastball. The Rays are out. We're headed into the 4th, and it's 3-1 Boston. Maybe the most beautiful place in the country right here in Tampa Bay. No maybes about it. It is. And it's also time for the AT&T trivia question. Since 1946, how many Red Sox pitchers have thrown a complete game one-hitter with no walks? That's what we saw here last night. Top of the order, this is Darnell McDonald, and the pitch is a strike. McDonald, Pedroia, and Gonzalez facing David Price. And a nice changeup by David. He had McDonald out in front. 0-2. Price had a very quick third inning and quickly in front of McDonald. 0-2. Pitch stayed away. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That changeup by Price can be very effective. He's not altogether consistent with it. There's a shot toward the corner and right, and that's a foul ball. Fortunately for the Rays, that ball just foul, and McDonald, who has his share of hits off Price, just missed an extra base hit that time.
Well, he got a fastball elevated away from him, hits it right down the line. You see how close it is. About a foot.
I'll tell you, he is 5 out of 14 against David Price, and that's why he's in the lineup tonight. Just back from the disabled list. One and two the count. Now it's square, 2-2. And he lays off the changeup. That's the pitch Price started him with. But he took that one for ball 3, and the count is full. Swing and a miss. Came back with that pitch up and got him to chase it out in front.
Yeah, you usually don't see guys strike out and swing and miss at a changeup that's up and away. But this thing just stays out away from him, but that was very similar to the fastball that he hit just foul down the right field line. He wanted to try to do that again, a little bit too quick with the swing.
Yeah, his mind telling him up there it's a fastball. Out in front. Pedroia takes the pitch away. So he threw him 7 pitches, and that at bat 4 changeups out of the 7. That's low. 2-0. Pedroia has walked and has doubled in a run. Strike on the outer part of the plate. Changeup up there. Ground ball back to the mound. And they flip to first. So Pedroia is out number 2.
The 16 greatest moments in MLB All-Star Game history are going head-to-head to determine which is the most memorable of all time. Go to MLB.com/moments and vote now for your favorite Midsummer Classic, and tune in to the 2011 MLB All-Star Game on Tuesday, July the 12th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific here on Fox to find out who won.
Here's Adrian Gonzalez. Pitch is down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Two balls and no strikes. Missing away. Strike. 2-1. The Red Sox have been tough against left-handed pitching this year. They're 14-7 in games started by a lefty. Three and 1. And they've won each of their last 10 games in which the opposition has sent a left-hander to the mound to start. That will run the count full. Gonzalez fouling a fastball. There's imposing numbers on Adrian Gonzalez. You talk about an addition to a lineup. This guy is really special.
Oh, that is quite a list to be leading the American League.
3-2. Outside. Fastball ran out there, and that's 5 walks charged to Price's account tonight. "85 pitches, up to 17 now after getting the first 2 men of this inning." And he faces Kevin Youkilis.
You know, those 5 walks tonight, Dwayne, he had 5 walks in his last 5 starts combined.
Youkilis takes the pitch for a strike. Started him with a changeup. Price's career high in walks is 6. And that came in June of 2009 against the Angels. Breaking ball low, 1-1.
Well, you know what we've seen tonight? Okay, we've seen David Price in the last, however many starts you can remember back, come out aggressive with the fastball and just really set the tone right from the get-go. Tonight, he's come out and he's been curveball. He's been changeup. We've been talking about how many off-speed pitches.
Fly ball lifted into center. Upton is there, and Youkilis is retired. So are the Red Sox. We'll continue our discussion and this game as we move into the bottom of the 4th with Evan Longoria due to lead off. Rays are down 3-1. Two, 3-1. And the answer to the AT&T trivia question: since 1946, how many Red Sox pitchers have thrown a complete game one-hitter with no walks? Josh Beckett did that last night. Runs the total to 4. Pedro Martinez, Hideo Nomo, Kurt Schilling, and last night Beckett. Evan Longoria. Pitch is a strike to Evan. Evan hit a fastball and lined it to center field in the first inning. That was with Ben Zobrist at second base. out in front of this one and sends it foul, out of play. 0-2. Coming into this inning, Buchholz had made 57 pitches. How about this? Ben Zobrist and Matt Joyce. Joyce 0 for 2 and Zobrist 0 for 1 with a walk. They had seen 27 of the 51 pitches thrown by Buchholz tonight. Just those two hitters.
The other guys on the bench need to go talk to them about what he's featuring then.
I mean, there have been some short at bats otherwise.
Yeah.
Even when Upton walked, it was only on 4 pitches in the second. That led to the Rays' run. BJ swiped the bag and scored on the double by Sam Fuld. A ball, 2 strikes, the count to Evan. And he is out on strikes. And him out in front.
Well, a little righty on righty changeup. You don't see this a whole lot. Clay Buchholz, this is not a huge pitch for him, but look at this action. Just slow, and look how far out in front Evan is. Well, he thinks fastball, middle of the plate, I can drive it. No such luck.
Here is Casey Kochman. Casey's had some success against Buchholz, 6 out of 9 coming into the game, and that pitch quick in there for a strike. So Casey now 6 of 10 with a strikeout against the young right-hander. Bouncing ball right side. Gonzalez with a little toss to Buchholz. Boy, I tell you, Gonzalez not only can hit, but he's got great range, quick at first base.
Just fielding a regular, everyday, routine ground ball, you can see how soft his hands are. Just so easy.
The good ones really make it look easy, and he does.
That's exactly right. And that was a little cherry hop there, but even on those regular ground balls, he has such soft hands, and you're right, good range, well-rounded player.
Here's B.J. Upton. It's an off-speed pitch down, 1-0. One and one. Scoring coming in the first couple of innings of this game. Inside, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Lifted to the right side. Here comes Cameron into foul territory, and he can't catch up to that one. Falls in front of the bullpen bench, and the count is 2-2. Guess who's only a half game out of first place in the American League West? The Seattle Mariners. How about that? The Rangers beaten by the Yankees in extra innings today, and the Mariners with a day off. They're a half game back of Texas.
Just shows you how, boy, that division pitching rules.
Two balls, 2 strikes, boy, and you're right.
They got a very good staff.
Up the middle and through into center field. A base hit. Hit the mound and then got by the outstretched glove arm of Pedroia. BJ's on for the second time.
BJ got a pitch away from him that he could get extended on. Hit that ball hard, gets it up the middle. That was a rocket.
And here's Jaso.
Here BJ probably looking to go again. 2 outs here, try to get into scoring position.
He has scored the Rays' run tonight. Pitch down and in. It's a breaking ball. Would have been a good pitch to run on, but Buchholz again held the ball out there before he made that delivery.
Oh, that's one of the best weapons a right-hander can use against a base stealer. BJ Upton, this guy's going to try to go off me in this situation, so I will just vary my times to the plate.
And I tell you who was a big proponent of that was John Farrell, the pitching coach here in Boston, until he took the managing job in Toronto this year. So you have to think he had a significant impact on Buchholz.
Now, if you're a right-hander and you come set and go, a runner will time that up and get great jumps.
This is a strike dropping in there. The count is 1-1.
But you start to vary those times just by a little bit, and all of a sudden now that base runner, he's out there, just can't quite get good timing. Just can't quite get good time. And then they start getting heavy in the legs. All it takes is a split second. That really good jump is an okay jump, and then guess what? The bang bag play at second base, instead of being safe, you're out.
Upton is singled with 2 gone. Trying to get a chance to steal second. A move to first base. Rays did get the steal from Upton in the second inning. 5 stolen bases with Buchholz on the mound and 3 caught stealings. And that's exactly the ratio he finished last year with. 8 steals and 6 caught stealings. Runner goes. The pitch is down. The throw not in time. A stolen base. Upton steals his second base of the night. It's number 16 for BJ.
Now, Boston catchers have given up the most stolen bases in the big leagues, and you knew in this situation he's got to go. This throw, that play would have been much closer if that throw was on the first base side of the bag. But you see how far Scudero had to bring the tag, and BJ's able to get in there.
So Buchholz, who is 4 of 7, the opposition running against him coming in, has allowed 2 of those steals tonight, both by BJ. So the count is 2-2. That ups the total on the year now to 6 stolen bases with Buchholz out there. It's a pretty good feat for BJ. Back-to-back stolen bases in the second and fourth innings. Broken bat, the ground ball foul. Rays with 2 hits, a run, 2 walks. Buchholz with 2 strikeouts in the second inning. 1 in the third and 1 here in the fourth. Trying to chip away at a 2-run deficit. Down and in. And a 2-2 curveball, and the count is full. And really chip away at this deficit is what the Rays do, particularly at home. They have not been a high-scoring team overall, but certainly not at home. 3-2 now, the count. Ground ball right side. Pedroia will make the pickup and the toss to first, and the Rays leave a man at second base and do not score. We go to the fifth, 3-1 Boston.
We play here in the fifth inning. Some special guests on hand before the game. The Tampa Bay Lightning were in the house. Steven Stamkos, Teddy Purcell, there's Smitty, Mike Smith, Nate Thompson as well. And Stamkos almost took it out. This one just hit the warning track right in front of our Sun Sports sign in left center. And there's the big blast. The goalie, Smitty, Mike Smith takes one over the entrance there, 134 or 143, 145 in deep left center field. And guys, we're in the suite now. Actually, let's look at the celebration here first. A walk-off celebration with the Lightning players, and then, of course, the obligatory shaving cream pie as David Ortiz takes a called strike. It's 1-1. We have Mike Smith, and the Lightning still enjoying the Rays game. We have Steven Stamkos, am I right? What was it like hitting that ball, home run out of the ballpark?
It was a dream come true, to be honest with you. It was pretty cool feeling.
Now, you had played a little bit of fast-pitch softball in Canada, but nothing like this, right?
No, nothing like this. This was something I dreamt of growing up as a kid, watching the Blue Jays play back home, and the dream came true today.
Nice job, Smitty. We also have Steven Stamkos here. You almost went yard, but it was pretty good to watch Smitty get it done.
It was. Smitty's a great athlete, and he played a little bit of some ball as a kid, and it was just great. The adrenaline rush we all got when we saw that ball go out. Like you saw Smitty run the bases, had the fun walk-off celebration behind the plate. This was a dream come true for all of us. We're big baseball fans, so we had a blast.
So you guys just enjoying a little baseball here, enjoying the offseason a little bit?
Yeah, we are. Tomer and I are actually going back to our respective hometowns tomorrow, so this was a nice little send-off gift that the Rays gave us, to come out, especially on a game day, and let us hit. They're a first-class organization. We got the full uniform, so we'll be sure to rock it throughout the summer.
All right, guys, you have Steven Stamkos, you have Mike Smith back there, you have, you probably can't see him, Teddy Purcell, Nate Thompson. They're watching some baseball as well. Back to you. An impressive job, though. The goalie hitting one out.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they're big baseball fans, and we love the Lightning. I tell you, they had a great year. Some great things going on over there. Pitch to Scudero is a strike, and it was impressive to see the slugger, Mike Smith, hit that ball out.
That ball was crushed. That ball was crushed. Not only that, but even the celebration. They had the celebration down. They also had the cream pie, the pie down, and aggressive with it. Yeah, but they are hockey players.
Yeah.
You got to come in lightly, smear that around. They came in hard.
Yeah, that's just their nature.
It's their nature. Hey, what's another broken nose?
There you go. Look at that.
I mean, that's aggressive. And there's no let up. Oh, my goodness.
Very strong right there. So foul ball to Scudero. So the count is 2-2. Ortiz called out on strikes on a pitch in. And that pitch in has been one that Darling gave earlier. He didn't give the pitch down, but he did get that pitch in, and you could get it a little bit off the plate in, which is a little unusual for a left-handed hitter where the umpire sets up right over the catcher's shoulder. If you're going to miss, usually you're not going to get the call there. 2-2. Ground ball, that's headed for the hole. Base hit into left. Scudero as the fifth hit surrendered by Price tonight. Time to take a look at the upcoming race schedule, brought to you by Just for Men Hair Color. Florida Marlins will be coming in tomorrow night. We'll be with you beginning at 6:30 Friday, Saturday, and Sunday as we look forward to the upcoming race schedule. You can live forward with Just for Men Hair Color. Back into interleague play tomorrow. Here's Carl Crawford.
You know, Dwayne, we started to get into this a little bit the last time David Price was out there, but I think one of those situations where you've seen him hit a batter, you've seen 5 walks already, you've seen him, you know, he seems to be a little bit out of sync from what you normally see from David Price. And, you know, you go back over his, you know, last 7-8 starts where he has been really fastball heavy. I think this is one of those situations where really David Price said, look, I have been aggressive with the fastball early, sometimes going the first time through the lineup with nothing but a fastball. Well, Boston, they're hot right now. They've got a very good offense, and they've been looking at the same video. So instead of me coming out pounding fastball, I'm going to come out, changeup, curveball, cutter, you know, pitch away from what my strengths are. And I think that he really has caused him, you know, kind of put himself into a little bit of a funk where he's been out of sync because he's not staying true to what has made him successful.
And as a result, he's already made 100 pitches, 1 out into the 5th inning. Crawford fouls it away to keep the count at 2 strikes.
I mean, I've seen more, you know, coming out against these hitters, you know, first pitch curveball, then a changeup, then another changeup, and then a cutter. I mean, that's not the way David Price pitches. I understand that this lineup's very talented, and they're, you know, swinging the bat well right now. But David Price leads with his fastball. Tonight, he's not done that.
He gets in on Crawford. It's a high pop foul. Jaso is there, and he makes the one-handed grab with that mitt. Kochman came down from first. A lot of times, if a fielder can get there, he's going to have a better angle. And Jaso made that one-handed catch a little bit on the edge.
Maybe that's why Hellickson pushed him out of the way the other night.
Sure. Better angle.
Yes. Yeah, you'd like to see the 2-hand squeeze here. And Jaso does come up with the second out of the inning.
Mike Cameron. The first pitch is a changeup to Cameron. Outside, 1 ball, no strikes. And that has really been evident the last couple of innings. And what we saw in the first inning, the attempt to get the fastball started, but more of a mix.
Well, and you know what? You understand, okay, if I come out and I'm blowing my fastball, and I don't mean you come out and throw every pitch, you throw a fastball. But all that damage in the first inning was really self-inflicted. 2 walks and a hit batter. You know, he gave up a hit to Adrian Gonzalez, but it wasn't like they're hitting him around. So there was really no reason to go to all this mix of off speed. That's not his forte. That's not what's made him good. Certainly you have to have those pitches, but I think tonight the mindset coming into the game was I'm not going to come out with just the fastball. I'm going to have a good mix, throw a lot more breaking pitches. Well, that's not his strength, and it's got him out of sync, and we've seen that in the results.
2 balls and a strike. This one lifted into deep right field. Joyce immediately going back toward the wall and is there a couple of steps from the wall to make the catch. Cameron lifted the fastball to deep right. We go to the bottom half of the 5th, 3-1 Boston. to David Ortiz. Got 2 more in the second. Darnell McDonald single home a run. Base hit off a cutter, and then the double by Pedroia just inside the line. At first base, chased home McDonald. Rays got their run. Sam Fold, a double, chasing home B.J. Upton. Upton had walked and swiped second before Fold doubled him home. It's Buchholz and Price, and we go to the bottom of the 5th. Sam Fold leads it off against Clay Buchholz. Fold takes the pitch. It shortened it, took that curveball for a strike. 3-5-0 for Boston, 1-2-0 for the Rays. And it's popped into shallow left center. Scudero out there backpedaling at the end, and he makes the catch in front of McDonald.
Boy, Scudero getting turned around a couple of times on that pop-up by Sam Fold. Buchholz comes in with a cutter, kind of jammed him. That's the thing, and you're on the move in this building. That ball gets up into the roof. You better keep your eyes on it. You take your eyes off, it's tough to pick back up. We saw that with Sam Fold in the first inning. But, you know, those baseballs are not pearly white. They're rubbed up, so they have that grayish tint to them. They match up with this roof very well.
Reed Brignac taking a pitch away. 1 ball, no strikes. They could avoid that by playing with the orange baseballs that Charlie Finley tried to make popular a few decades ago.
And they tried that with golf balls, too. You get those in the 50-cent rack now. Actually, those are the ones that you buy just so you can go out, team up, and hit them right back into the pond.
1-1. 2 balls and a strike. Yeah, I prefer the kind with radio controls. The 2-1 pitch. 3 balls and a strike to count to Brignac. Yeah, it's certainly been a little different in the control department. Juan Cruz up in the bullpen. David Price in with 106 pitches through 5 and 5 walks tonight. And there's a walk. Brignac draws the 3rd walk given up by Buchholz, and that's something he hasn't done in his last 9 starts. Walked 3 hitters.
Both of these pitchers with the control issues. And this is just a reminder to look for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment later in tonight's game.
They've started the hunt early.
Them too.
I'm not quite sure that ball was full of Miller Lite. Had to check the top just to make sure. Johnny Damon. First pitch is a fastball for a strike. Damon is grounded out and is lined to right. Jack shortened up his lead as Buchholz peeked over there. Trying to get a lead again, and a throw to first. It's almost as if Buchholz just intentionally slows everything down when there's a runner on over there. He's just not going to let the game get ahead of him with runners on. Down and in, and Salto Maki has blocked that one. Curveball, 1-1.
That's exactly what he does, Dwayne. You get a base runner out there, and that's why, you know, it's comfortable for him, and he's had success with it. We talked about the batting average against him with runners in scoring position is very, very good. With runners on, it's much lower than with nobody on. But you're right, he just really slows the game down because, boy, if you let it, it can speed up in a hurry, and all of a sudden the teams put up crooked numbers on you.
1-1. There goes the runner. The pitch is bounced foul by Damon. The Rays with a man on. Anytime they get a runner, they're trying to somehow get him up to second base.
Yeah, after the early success with what B.J. Upton has done, that is going to be the way that the Rays play it from here on out, especially against Buchholz. 2 for 2, just keep going. We're still very much in this game, just a 3-1 game. I mean, one swing of the bat here, it could be tied.
Damon behind in the count. And he takes that for strike 3. Curveball started wide and then found the zone.
Curveball that he took a few miles an hour off of. He's been throwing that 77, 78. This one drops in at 74. A little bit bigger break. It stays up a little bit, but I think the change of speed obviously had Johnny Damon fooled and frozen.
Ben Zobrist now. Ben walked in the first. Marked the count full again in the third inning. And grounded out to first. Ground ball out to second base. Pedroia with the pickup and the toss, and the Rays are out, leaving a man. We're through 5, 3-1 Boston.
To lead the Rays 3-1. Let's take a look at David Price. His night comes to an end, and you can see it right in the first inning. Very indicative of the way this game was going to go. There was the one hit in the inning. Fortunate that he just gave up one run. The Red Sox left the bases loaded, but just David Price was out of sync all night. There's a fastball that hits Kevin Youkilis. And then the walk, something that we have not seen a whole lot of David Price. His 5 walks tonight have equaled his total from his last 5 starts combined. Here he's able to get out of it.
And this is his shortest outing since the 29th of April when he had a 4 1/3 outing against the Angels. 106 pitches tonight and 5 innings. He had one other outing after that game against Los Angeles when he went 5 innings, and that was against the Yankees. 5 innings tonight, 3 runs, 5 hits, 106 pitches. Juan Cruz is the new pitcher for the Rays. Jared Saltalamacchia steps in to face Cruz, who's making his 29th appearance. Pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Cruz pitched an inning Monday in that makeup game against the Tigers up in Detroit. Two balls, no strikes. Fastball missed. 3-0. Rays have a shift on for Saltalamacchia. And ball 4. So Cruz gives up a walk on 4 pitches. Saltalamacchia reaching for the second time tonight. Now here's Darnell McDonald. There's a strike. Baltimore beat Toronto. The Blue Jays scored a run in the bottom of the 9th, but fall a run short 4-3. Swing and a miss. Fastball, and he blew that one right by Darnell McDonald.
Well, Juan Cruz does have a very good fastball. Sometimes we see him get a little too cutter happy, but he does have a good riding fastball. He'll get up there in the mid-90s. You see that. You're right, Dwayne. Clearly beat McDonald that pitch.
Two-strike delivery, and it's popped up on the right side. Zobrist from second base makes the catch. So that's the first out in the Boston half of the 6th.
Well, the Rays bullpen here have to come in, eat up 4 innings, and try to make it a quality 4 innings, give the Rays offense a chance. Again, this game has a feeling that Boston's in complete control, but it's just a 3-1 deficit for the Rays. The bullpen to step up.
Here is Dustin Pedroia. And that's a ball popping away from Jaso. 1 ball, no strikes. Pedroia has scored a run. He's driven 1 home. Out pitcher first his last time. Ground ball outside of third beyond Tim Bogar and down toward the bullpen. Alfredo Aceves has been loosening in the bullpen for Boston here in the top of the 6th inning. They utilized him as a starter and now in the bullpen. They had a couple starters go down. He made some big starts for them. A 1-1 count. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch sweeping away and into the dirt, picked out by Jaso. Well, the Rays find themselves a stretch here where they're going to see a lot of the Red Sox and the Yankees. This is the 3rd game when they play those 2 teams 14 out of 32 times. That's a strike on the outside part of the plate. Pitch cut out there and stayed on the corner.
Yeah, that's one of those cutters that Cruz put in a perfect spot. Watch this.
Runner at first, 1 out. Pedroia the hitter. Adrian Gonzalez on deck. wide. Fired up the fastball and missed outside, and we have a full count. There goes 3-2, hit on the ground. Longoria will take it to first with a snappy throw over there. And Saltalamacchia moves to second base, breaking on the pitch.
Parents and kids, be sure to check out the Reading with the Rays insert in the St. Petersburg Times or the TBT on June 17th to find out how you can read your way to the ballpark this summer.
Well, a big hitter in this game as the Rays try to keep it a 2-run game, 3-1. And Adrian Gonzalez about to step in with a man in scoring position and 2 outs. So Cruz bearing down here to Adrian Gonzalez. And the first pitch is a fastball, well placed. That's a mid-90s fastball on the outside corner. Strike 1. Gonzalez is hitting .376 with men in scoring position coming into this game. He takes this one foul the other way. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And a couple of Gold Gloves and a 3-time All-Star. And leading the league in hitting. Saltalamacchia, who opened the inning with a walk, is now at second. 2 strikes to count to Gonzalez, and he got it. Cruz strikes him out. Started the cutter away, and he missed it. No runs, a man left. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 3-1, Boston. After 5.
I'm kind of surprised by that. Gave up just 2 hits. He did walk 3. Just 1 run given up through 5 innings and comes out of the ball game. So it's going to be a battle of the bullpens.
Yeah, unless he's had a little physical flare up, it is a little surprising.
Yeah, just the 81 pitches too. I mean, you figured he was good for at least 100, 105, another inning or 2.
I mean, he consistently gives them 100 pitches an outing or thereabouts. So 80 plus pitches tonight for Buck Holtz. And Alfredo Aceves takes over.
Alfredo Aceves has done a little bit of everything for this Boston Red Sox team. Talked about, made some big starts for him, has come out of the bullpen. You see the record, got some holds.
Formerly with the Yankees. Here's Matt Joyce stepping in to face him. Joyce 0 for 2 tonight. Rounded out and struck out. He takes a pitch inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Opposition hitting .231 off of Aceves. He's been especially tough against lefties. They're hitting under .200 against him. Pitch is high. Fastball 3-0. Rays saw Aceves here on Tuesday night, the first game of this series. And that's a strike. 3-1.
Well, that was over the plate, but right at the top of the strike zone. Or above it.
And above it.
Well, that is the, they're going to go by the rule book. That pitch is usually not called.
There's a shot back into deep center field. McDonald going back. He's at the track, leaps, and he makes the catch. McDonald holds it in. A long drive off the bat of Matt Joyce on a 3-1 pitch. He made a bid, and McDonald caught it.
Now that was out there right center. This is just a fastball working its way back into Matt Joyce. Puts a good swing on it. Makes solid contact. But look at McDonald, the jump and then the catch.
So a long out. Here's Evan Longoria. Pitch is low. Slider. Ball, no strikes. This foul up the right side. That's headed out of play. 1-1. Rays trail by 2. J.P. Howell up now in the Rays bullpen. Ball back on a fastball that got up there in the mid-90s.
Well, Aceves, he's going to go with a fastball out over the plate where Evan Longoria can get some extension. You find yourself jumping up on that, trying to get that good velocity.
It's inside. Well, Aceves has had great utility for the Red Sox because he's primarily a starting pitcher and was starting at AAA and has made some starts for the Red Sox when they had a couple starting pitchers go down. Now he's stretched out. They can use him in the bullpen. They can use him for an inning or a couple of innings, and a couple times this year he's pitched as many as 4 innings out of the bullpen. So that gives them some flexibility. 3-2 the count to Evan. And a liner into left. It's going to stay up for Crawford. So Carl Crawford lines out on a Crawford catches that liner off the bat of Longoria. Let's check in with Todd Cowles.
Dwayne, you know that Boss Man Jr. rules the outfield for the Rays, and now you can get your very own bobblehead. Here he comes, B.J. Upton, Boss Man Jr. It'll be this Sunday coming up against the Florida Marlins. First 10,000 kids, 14 and under. You got to love the detail, guys. They've got the little shin guard there. They have the leg kick for B.J. Upton. So here you go. First 10,000 kids, 14 and under. There you see the shin guard. Well, wait for the pitch high to Casey Kochman. So it's 1-0 to the Rays first baseman. There's the shin guard. There's a leg kick. It's presented by AT&T. And it could be yours if you're one of the first 10,000 kids, 14 and under. Actually, the first 9,999 kids, because I'm taking this one. Guys, back to you.
Here's Kochman hitting a high fly ball. Deep to right. Cameron looking up. It's gone. Casey Kochman makes it a one-run ball game. His third home run of the year. Well, Matt Joyce made a bid with a long fly ball to center. Kochman just pulled it. Got it out to right. Up and out for the home run. 3-2 ball game.
Now that pitch was way up in the strike zone, and Kochman was able to get on top of it, almost tomahawk that thing out of here. Watch his pitch up. Good level swing and a pitch right at the very top of the strike zone, and that was a no-doubter.
It's a one-run contest. It's B.J. Upton, who's been on twice with a walk and a single tonight. Pitch is fouled by B.J. Strike one. To B.J.
The 0-1 changeup.
Pitch is down. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch inside. 2-2. The left-hander Hottovy getting ready in the bullpen down the left field line. B.J. fouls this one out of play. The Rays trailed 3-0. Upton scored the first run, doubled home in the second inning by Fold. That made it 3-1. The home run by Kochman has made it 3-2. B.J. hitting with a count 2-2. Pops it up. Down comes Euclid, and he makes the catch and has a seat, but hangs on, and that retires the side. The Rays get a run on one swing of the bat. Home run by Casey Kochman makes it a 3-2 game at the end of 6.
By the authority of the Tampa Bay Rays and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Casey Kochman has made it a one-run ball game as we go to the seventh. It's 3-2 Boston. Kevin Youkilis leads it off. Cruz out there on the hill, and the first pitch is a strike. Breaking ball over the outside part of the plate. Youkilis caught that foul pop off the bat of Upton and fell down doing it, and got up favoring his right leg a little bit. But he's in there hitting to lead off the top of the seventh. One strike. The Rays have scored 2 runs on 3 hits, and the Red Sox have scored 3 runs on 5 hits. Ground ball, third base side, stays down. Longoria with the pickup, and Youkilis is out of there. That's the first out in the 7th inning. Youkilis might still be favoring that right foot, right leg a little bit as he heads back toward the dugout. And Joe Madden is out of the Rays dugout. And they're going to make a call to the bullpen here. That's going to be it for Juan Cruz. And J.P. Howell will get the call. Back right after this. Well, David Ortiz is the hitter. J.P. Howell delivers his first pitch in relief, and that's a strike.
J.P. on for the 9th time, 0-1 record. 6 innings, 6 strikeouts.
He's pitching to Ortiz. The Rays employing the shift. Dean Silbrist is stationed in short right field.
See him right here.
Cut the foul ball the other way, headed out of play. And it's a ball and 2 strikes.
J.P. Howell, after that long layoff, still trying to find that good bite on his curveball. You see the fastball velocity good tonight, up in the upper 80s, 87. That's good for him.
Ground ball into short right. Silbrist is there, and he makes the play. So Ortiz out of there, 4-3. Silbrist to Kochman. Marco Scutaro up here. Scutaro 1 for 2. He did not start. So he's 1 of 11 lifetime, but that hit a home run off JP. Jed Lowry started and left with a shoulder issue. Ground ball to third. Right there is Longoria. Throw to first in time. 3 ground balls. 1, 2, 3. Go the Red Sox. 7th inning stretch. 3-2 Boston. As they come in to hit in the bottom of the 7th inning, John Jaso batting against DeSevis, and the first pitch he lets a broken bat fly ball to right, and Cameron is there. Well, that bat barrel end out there between first and second base.
Completely shattered. Here it is. Fastball working its way in. That thing come flipping out.
1 out in the 7th.
Still studying.
Bold takes the pitch, and that's a strike. Sam doubled in a run back in the 2nd inning.
Might have been the best pitch that DeSevis has made all night. A little backdoor slider there.
2 pitch. Piece of it foul.
Really puts a lot of spin to be able to break that back door because he's all the way over on the first base side. So he's throwing that pitch away.
Chopper foul.
Throwing that arm side off the plate away and still able to break it back over the outside corner. That is creating a tremendous amount of spin. You can see he's over on that first base side. Tough to throw a backdoor breaking ball from there.
It's wide. Yeah, from that angle it seems that you almost have to will it over.
Yeah.
Some supernatural force.
Yeah, that angle there
get it to bend.
Yeah, it really, because that angle there is designed to allow you to pitch inside to lefties.
And there's a little looper back at third, but it's going to be foul.
it makes it easier for you to pitch inside on lefties because you're already over on that side of the rubber. And if you've got a good sinker or a good run on your fastball, well, now if you're over there and your arm, now it's coming down the middle of the plate, you can let that thing fly down the middle plate and let it work all the way to the outside corner. Let that good run do its thing.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, but the one pitch that it is not designed for is the backdoor breaking ball. So if you're going to throw it and have a good one, that's not easy.
2-2. Ground ball right side. That's going to go through. Fold with a base hit into right. That gives Sam 2 for 3. He has exactly half of the Rays' hits tonight. Reed Brignac will be the hitter.
Well, not much of a stride. 2 strikes. Gets a pitch he can handle. Look at that. Just put the foot down, hit it hard. Just gets it out of the reach of the diving Pedroia and into right field.
Well, Brignac due up, but he's headed back to the dugout. Sean Rodriguez emerges. Well, we mentioned when Aceves came into the game, so far this year he had held left-handed hitters to an average of under 200, 197. And of course it was Kochman who hit the home run, and Joyce hit a long fly ball off him. But Brignac, the left-handed hitter, lifted in favor of Sean Rodriguez. Right-handers hitting 259 off Aceves. Move to first. Gold is back in there. Brignac had struck out and walked tonight. And the first time up, he did not have a couple of pitches, did not have a good swing at those pitches. Rodriguez batting here in the 7th. 1 ball, no strikes. Hard, the right-hander, out of the left-hander. Cut to miss by Rodriguez. 1-1.
Taking something off that. This ball, watch this dive right under the bat of Rodriguez.
Boy, that's a great pitch.
It just disappeared. It's like a left-handed slider.
Swing and a miss. Fastball, but in that general same location.
Yeah, and the same action on the pitch. Another 2-seamer. Watch this thing just dive. It's right underneath the swing of Rodriguez. Look at that.
First, Gold is back in.
Those pitches are all well and good, but if he leaves one even remotely over that inside corner and it's elevated, you see the quick move there by Aceves trying to catch Fold on his way out to the lead.
That's exactly what happened. Sam started to walk away. Quickly a move over there by Aceves.
Yeah, you got to count those steps, measure them off, and get out there quickly. You take your good old time and catch a napping.
1-2. Swing and a fly ball into right. Cameron's there to make the catch. So Rodriguez flies out to right field. And Johnny Damon's going to be the hitter. Francona's out to make the pitching change. We've got some word on Buchholz, and we'll be back with that in a moment.
One. Well, here's today's Autoway poll question. Which upcoming Rays Interleague Series are you looking forward to the most? TB1, Florida Marlins. TB2, the Milwaukee Brewers. TB3, the Houston Astros. TB4, the Cincinnati Reds. Or TB5, the St. Louis Cardinals. Text your vote to 789-789. Standard message and data rates apply.
Now, Daniel Bard is the new pitcher, the third of the night. Clay Buchholz left after 5 innings with some lower back stiffness. Tighten up on him. The Sevies pitched an inning and 2/3, and now it's Daniel Bard, hard-throwing right-hander. The Rays haven't scored a run off him since August of '09.
They're due.
And here is Johnny Damon. First pitch and a roller to the right side. Pedroia with a pickup and the toss to first. Retires the side. The Rays leave a man. We go to the 8th. 3-2 Boston. Reminder on the next episode of Inside the Rays, Kyle Farnsworth featured. He's become the unofficial closer for the Rays. You can learn more about his journey to the major leagues and watch as Farnsworth enjoys a game of paintball with his friends and family. All that and more on Inside the Rays. You don't want to miss Kyle Farnsworth, Sunday at 5 on Sun Sports. It's Crawford bouncing one out to second, grabbed by Zobrist. One pitch from J.P. Howe, one out here in the 8th inning. So Crawford 0 for 4 tonight. Sean Rodriguez playing shortstop now in the place of Brenyak after pinch hitting. Mike Cameron is due, and Joe Madden heads to the mound. He has Peralta in the bullpen, and he's going to make the move. Back in a moment. You buy your greater Tampa Bay area Buick GMC dealers. By Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. When cancer strikes, strike back with CyberKnife and Tampa Bay Radiation Oncology. Tires Plus. Thinking tires? Think Tires Plus. And by Supercuts. Get in, get confident. Supercuts every time. Joel Peralta, the new Rays pitcher. Mike Cameron, the hitter due, lifted in favor of Jacoby Ellsbury. And the first pitch to the left-handed hitting Ellsbury is too high. A ball, no strikes. Bryce worked 5, gave up 3 runs, 5 hits. Cruz an inning and a third, no runs. Howell 1 inning, no runs. And now Peralta makes his 32nd appearance. Foul ball, straight back. 1 ball, 1 strike. Upstairs, 2-1. Detroit beat Cleveland 6-2, and so the Tigers are in first place by 1 full game in the Central. Phillies beat the Marlins, and the Marlins fall into the basement in the National League East. Two and 1 to count. Outside, 3 balls and a strike.
The Marlins 1 for June.
Well, I'll tell you, they've lost 7 in a row, and they are 1 win in their last 11. Foul ball. 3-2 the count. Hanley Ramirez came out in support of his manager today. Been speculation about that situation, but Ramirez was just off the DL. He's supportive of his skipper. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The popper, short left. Sam Fold making the catch. 2 gone now. There you go. The Phillies 5.5 up on Atlanta. Mets 9 out. The Nationals 11. And the Marlins 1-15 for the month. 11.5 back.
Wow. 1-15.
Here's Jared Saltalamacchia. Strike. Saltalamacchia has doubled and walked. In between, he struck out. Rays have 2 shots left. Daniel Bard is already in the game for Boston.
That's who you're going to have to go through. Bard and then Papelbon.
Pitch is high. It's 1-1.
Joel Peralta to close this inning out. Give him that opportunity.
High fly ball deep to right down the line. That's got some distance and is foul. Saltalamacchia gave it a ride. Fortunately for Peralta and the Rays, it was a foul ball. And it advances the count to 1-2.
Yeah, the breaking ball down and in. Enough in. Saltalamacchia gets the barrel to the ball. But that action coming in, he just sweeps this thing foul. The Boston Bruin jersey. This catch.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Saltalamacchia out on strikes. We go to the bottom of the 8th. 3-2 Boston. Purchase programs are up to 6 months, same as cash on furniture, TVs, appliances, and more. And by your local Southern Ford dealers. Three to 2 ball game. Boy, how about this series? Rays win Tuesday night 4-0. Complete game shutout by James Shields. Boston last night, a one-hit shutout by Josh Beckett. 3-0 the final. And here tonight, 3-2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th. Ellsbury stays in the game to play center, and McDonald moves over to right field. And Ben Zobrist will open the inning for the Rays, and he takes a good hard fastball in there for a strike. 0-1 the count. Pitch started outside and broke over a good slider. So a fastball at about 97, and then a great slider on the next pitch. And the count just like that is 0-2. Zobrist starts to go. The pitch is down. He did not swing. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Joyce next, and then Longoria against Bard. A foul ball. Boy, I tell you, that's an easy 98.
An easy 98. He ran that thing up and in on Ben Zobrist. That ball just explodes out of his hand. It's a pretty lethal combination. 98, that good slider. Always a hitter. Talk about being ready to hit, ready to swing the bat. You got to go now.
Now. And the foul ball, and it's off his foot. Oh. Again, a fastball about 98.
Beat those things to pieces.
And now after that, you're supposed to get up there and hit against him again.
That's why a lot of times, right here is good fastball working its way back down and in. Got him right on the instep. Look at that reaction. See if it got the ankle. Oh, it did. Oh, no wonder. That's one thing if you get it off the shoe, but watch where this hits.
That's terrible.
Yeah, that hurts. And there's no protection down there. The shin, the ankle, it's just exposed. Bone and skin, that'll hurt. You knew sometimes you throw a pitch like that and get a guy to swing and pound himself in the shin like that with the swing, you go right back in there. You know he doesn't want to swing on another ball that's close to him like that.
Hey, you're only human.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of foul ball that you think, is it really worth it?
That's why you go right back in there.
And he fouls this pitch back. So it's still a 1-2 count on Ben Zobrist. Yeah, you got to get right back in there. You're right.
Yeah. I mean, you would throw that pitch and you'd see a guy get the head out and smack that right off of his ankle, and you're like, okay, I'm going right back in there because I know he doesn't want to do it again, so I'm going to put it in the same spot and see if he'll just take it. You're right. You're only humans. You try to take advantage of it.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And a little tap right side. That's going to be fair and bobbled by Gonzalez, but he grabs it and makes the play. Well, Zobrist is out. It was a tough at bat in more ways than one.
And this ball almost squirts away from Gonzalez. Right here, very easy. He starts to head to first base before he secures the baseball. Unfortunately, he's able to recover for him.
His hand was softer than his glove.
I mean, we talked about what kind of a fielder he is. Tremendous. We talked about the command of the starting pitchers. They didn't quite have their A+ command tonight.
Matt Joyce gets it on the ground to first. Gonzalez with a toss to Bard. I'll tell you, he gives you that low heat down there at 98.
How do you elevate it?
Yep.
You can't elevate it. It gets on you too quick. Even if you just drop the head down, you can't get that bat head started where you can really lift and drive that ball. You're just down there making contact and pounding it right into the ground. That ball gets to the bat while the bat's still on the way down.
So a couple of ground balls here in the 8th after we got Damon on a ground ball to close out the 7th. And now here's Evan Longoria. Pitch inside. A ball and no strikes.
How about those numbers? Evan Longoria, 1 for 5. The hits a home run. The 4 outs are strikeouts. Easter famine. I don't know about you, Dwayne, but I'm hungry.
At least in this half of the inning. 2 balls and a strike.
Could also be those burgers.
Yeah, look at that. Two and 1. Pitch is high. 3 balls and a strike. Rays facing the very tough bullpen here from Boston. Hard throws him a strike. And pitch a fastball up, and
well, you start to see the frustration of Evan Longoria boil over right here. 3-1 fastball. He's hit a couple balls hard tonight, nothing to show for it. Usually you don't see that kind of reaction out of him. That ball right at the top of the strike zone. You see how quickly he gathered himself. Like, no, got to get back in there. Another pitch.
The count is full. And he lifts a fly ball into right. This is McDonald. And he makes the catch. That 98-mile-per-hour fastball, prominent, and the slider. 3-2 Boston.
Trailing the Red Sox 3-2. This July, baseball's biggest stars will gather together in the Arizona desert for one spectacular night in the summer's biggest event as Fox brings you every thrilling moment of the 2011 MLB All-Star Game. Coverage begins Tuesday, July the 12th, live from Phoenix at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, only on Fox.
We go to the 9th inning from Tropicana Field. Kyle Farnsworth is the 5th pitcher utilized by Joe Madden and Jim Hickey tonight. On to face the top of the order, Darnell McDonald, who taps the first pitch foul. Fastball in the mid-90s.
Farnsworth on for the 30th time, 14 out of 15 in the saves. There'll be no save opportunity tonight, which is exactly why Joe Madden is utilizing him here, trying to keep this deficit at 1 run for one last shot.
One strike pitch. That had some nice bite to it.
His stuff has been pretty electric all season long, and his command. Really done a nice job of pounding the strike zone with the big fastball, that slider that you just saw.
Fly ball, center field. Upton on the move for it, is there, runs under it, and makes the catch. One away. Well, to this point, when Price left after 5, you mentioned, BA, the Rays going to ask the bullpen now to step up, and they have to this point.
Yep.
It's 3 1/3 scoreless innings. No hits, 1 walk.
Couldn't have asked for anything more. Just close it out here.
Bullpen has retired 10 in a row. And here's Destin Pedroia. First pitch strike. Slow. 1-1. One and one the count. Into right center field. Joyce on the run and reaches up and makes the grab. Nice running catch by Matt Joyce. He ran directly to that ball.
Yes, he did. That was a very good route there by Matt Joyce. He had the quick feet going. Watch this. Pick him up and put him down and then reach. Nicely done.
Adrian Gonzalez. Pitch is outside, 1-0. Two outs, base is empty. It's fouled out of play. Gonzalez, a couple of walks after the first inning double. Rays in the bottom of the 9th, set to face Papelbon with Kochman, Upton, and Jaso due. Too low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Pitch is high, 3-1. Long shot into right. Uh-oh. That ball is going to get out of here. Adrian Gonzalez turns around a 96-mile-per-hour fastball and lines it into the seats in right. That will make it a 4-2 ball game. 14th home run of the year for Gonzalez.
Now, about the only bad at bat we've seen. Adrian Gonzalez was his strikeout in his last at bat against Juan Cruz, but he right here takes advantage of mislocation. They want the ball down and away. The Toyota inside look. Mislocation by Farnsworth. Good velocity, but quicker hands by Adrian Gonzalez.
Oh, Euclid, and he takes the pitch for a strike. This pitch is outside. 1-1. Fly ball lifted into short center. Upton is there and makes the catch to retire the side. Boston adds a run in the ninth on the home run by Adrian Gonzalez. 4-2 Boston. Bottom of the ninth inning. Let's take a look at tonight's Miller Lite. Tastes great in this moment for the Rays. That was provided by Casey Kotzman in the sixth inning. And he got hold of this pitch from Alfredo Aceves and hit it out.
Wow, that was a no-doubt home run. That ball up in the zone. Kotzman gets on top of it, pulls the Rays to within one. Now here Boston has extended that lead back out to 2. Rays need him to do some of that magic again.
Jonathan Papelbon is the new pitcher, making his 28th appearance.
He's got a perfect 2-0 record, 12 out of 13 in saves. ERA a little bit on the high side, 4.33. 37 strikeouts in 27 innings, just 5 walks.
So here's Kotzman. Pitch is high. 1 ball and no strikes. Kotzman, 1 of 8 lifetime against Papelbon. And the pitch is shot into right center field. That ball's going to be in there. Extra bases. It kicks back to Ellsbury, and Kotzman's on his way to second with the double. Leadoff 2-base hit, the 10th double of the year for Kotzman, and now the Rays have something cooking.
Now you love the fact that it's with nobody out. Casey Kotzman goes right up there and jumps on a fastball right out over the plate. Look at that swing. Solid contact right out into the gap. That's pretty.
Kotzman 2 for 4 tonight. And here is B.J. Upton. B.J. with a walk and a single, fouled out his last time. He's really struggled against Papelbon, 1 for 10 with 7 strikeouts. takes a pitch upstairs. Papelbon with 95-mile-per-hour velocity on it. But that pitch was up. At 0 for 9 during the regular season. And a hit off him in postseason. So we certainly do in the regular season.
Now you can look at that two ways. 0 for 9, 7 strikeouts. That's hey, I like that.
Yeah.
Might as well be optimistic. BJ likes big moments.
1-0 the count. And he swings and misses a fastball. 1-1.
Now that's exactly what BJ Upton was looking for. That fastball was out over the plate. Good pitch to hit, but boy, 95 miles an hour. You see just underneath it. It's all right. You time him up, you get a couple more.
Ground ball chopped to third. Long throw by Euclid, and it is not in time. A base hit. Upton using his speed to beat it out. Euclid had to back up on that ball, and the Rays have the first 2 men aboard.
Now, Kevin Euclid doesn't have the strongest arm in the league. He's got to back up to play the hop, then throw it flat-footed. He gets it over there about as good as he can, but BJ was hustling, and you can see right there, bang, bang. Scoop in the foot, BJ safe. The Rays with the first 2 on.
So Upton at first, Kochman at second, Jaso's due. He's gone back into the dugout, and the Red Sox have a full-scale conference on the hill.
Well, I'll tell you what they're doing right now, especially with this guy coming to the plate, Elliott Johnson. Bunt defense.
Yep.
You better believe it. Get on the same page. You got a 2-run deficit. Runners on first and second. More than likely looking to bunt them into scoring position so that a base hit can potentially tie it.
So Elliott Johnson will pinch hit for Jaso.
This is where Joe Madden will put on a double steal slash bunt.
Yep. Yeah, you can get creative
yes,
here.
Yes, you can. Any situation that causes the entire infield to get together on the pitcher's mound, you have them on the defensive.
Yep. So they have Euclid in a few steps at third right now. Johnson stepping in from the left side. Kochman at second does not have great speed. And Johnson bunts and pushes it to third, and it's caught in the air. Caught in the air by Euclid. So the bunt attempt, and he had a little soft liner foul that Euclid, who was playing in, managed to get to and make the catch.
Well, see, what you want to do here is you want to bunt this ball hard enough up the third base line that it forces Euclid to make the play so that those runners can move up. Well, this one, Elliott Johnson gets a little bit too much of it, gets it airborne, and because Euclid is playing in, he's able to get to it.
So now with 1 out and men at first and second, it's going to be Justin Ruggiano to pinch hit for Sam Full.
Number 16, Justin Ruggiano.
It's one of those situations where so far this year, right-handed batters have out-hit left-handed hitters by 70 points off Papelbon.
Well, Papelbon's got that sweeping arm action where he can really, much like Daniel Bard, bore that fastball in on the lefties.
So here's Ruggiano. He's had some big hits for the Rays since coming up from Durham.
He'll be looking to leave right here.
The pitch, a big swing and a miss on the fastball. He was thinking about launching one there, as he did in Tuesday's game. Getting that one off Wakefield. A little different approach in that game.
Yeah, add 30 miles an hour to this next pitch.
0-1 the count. He fouls this one back, 96.
Well, he's just
30.
coming. Yeah, that's exactly right.
66 to 96. Kotsman has doubled. Upton reached on the infield hit. Johnson popped out trying to bunt. To the count to Ruggiano. And a strike on the outside edge called. Strike 3. Ruggiano caught looking. Let's take a look at this one.
Now this is a good pitch.
On the outside corner.
The fact that that's coming from that arm angle across the plate, it's an easy call for Gary Darling.
Here's Sean Rodriguez. Sean pinch hit in the 7th and a fly ball to right. Swings and misses.
How about that? Papelbon wants to come with the first pitch fastball, figuring Rodriguez is geared up for it. 91 with some sinking action. Look at that little split almost. Right over the top.
On the count. Away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sean with one official at bat against Papelbon, 0 for 1. It's even, 6 apiece. Rays down to their final out, trail 4-2. 2 men on. A 1-1 count. That's upstairs. The heat high. 2-1. Papelbon 12 of 13 in the save department. First 2 men reached. The 2-1. A miss.
Comes right back with that split again in a fastball count. First pitch to get ahead, he ends up falling behind, and then another one. This ball just bottoms out. Rodriguez way up and over the top of it.
So it's a 2-2 count. Rays down by 2. 2 men on, 2 men out. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Sean Rodriguez waiting on Papelbon. And the pitch. Ball 3, and we go full. Well, 3-2 with 2 outs, and the runners will be off with the pitch. Putting this one all the way out. Full count to Sean Rodriguez. Three-two, runners go. Swing and a miss. It's all over, and he went back to that pitch down with all that action. Rodriguez swings over it, and this ball game is over. Red Sox win it 4-2 for the Rays in the ninth. No runs, a couple hits, and 2 men left. And here's the final pitch of the game. A 3-2 delivery, and Rodriguez swings over it. Papelbon closes it out, and the Rays drop this one 4-2. So the Rays, after winning the first game of this series 4-0, dropped last night's game 3-0, and dropped this one 4-2. Buckholz will get the win, Price the loss, and a save for Papelbon. So now for Brian Anderson and Todd Callis, Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast, if not the outcome. Rays and the Marlins tomorrow at 6:30 right here on Sun Sports in high definition. Rays live the post game coming up next, and we will see you there. Playing Boston 4 and the Rays 2.